We're live. Welcome to V Talks. I'm your host, Veronica Brockwell, and tonight we have a very, very special guest, one of our V Media clients. She is a singer-songwriter, a nationally touring artist, and an amazing friend. Please welcome Grace Morrison. Hi, Grace.
I'm so glad to be doing this with you.
I know, this is really fun for us because Grace and I have a weekly show, and the show is called Where's Grace? But what is the difference between this show and Where's Grace?
Well, Where's Grace? We tend to have themed trivia, right? And we're in a different business every week.
But the big thing is, I'm behind the scenes at Where's Grace.
My producer.
I'm not talking.
Which, honestly, now that you've done this with Reese and now you're doing it with me, I think that we maybe want to change the layout because the people deserve to see you.
I don't know. I kind of like being behind the scenes sometimes, Like I definitely love it. So Grace, you've been writing music for a very long time. You've been performing a very long time, and we were just talking about how young you look. And we're not going to tell anyone how old you are.
I don't even know.
And we won't say how many years, but you've been in the business a long time.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about your early days and your early experiences? I'm thinking about a particular situation, maybe with a touring band.
Yeah.
Your first touring gig.
My first touring gig, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was 17 at the time, and so the magnitude of the people that I was touring with completely escaped me at the time. But I did this tour called Rock for Christmas, and we were in a legit tour bus, which was like the dream for me. And the other artists were Greg Douglas, who wrote Jungle Love for the Steve Miller Band. He was Steve Miller's guitar player. And it was Carmine Appice, who wrote If You Want My Body and You Think I'm Sexy, that If You Want My Body, the Rod Stewart tune. And Joey Molland, the guitarist from Badfinger, was there. They had that, no matter what you are, I will always be with you. And then there were some rotating artists that were in and out. But so to me, I was like, oh, these are nice guys who play music. I had no idea that they were so famous. And I think that if I was having that experience now, I might be a little more Twitter-pated about it. But I think, in a lot of ways it was fortunate that I didn't know, because I was just able to, meet them as people and get to know what life on the road was like. And what I learned, my big takeaway, was that should I be on a tour bus like that again, I want to be over the wheel. Because when you're over the wheel in the tour bus, you get this nice vibration. It soothes you to sleep. It's very relaxing.
Well, and you have some other stories. You have so many stories. So and so many career successes, I have to say. So you have an affiliation with American Idol, and this is pretty exciting too.
It was pretty darn cool.
People don't know this stuff.
So I won a competition with my band to have a music video professionally produced and then aired during the finale of American Idol. So that was that competition, and it was pretty amazing, and ended up turning into a really cool collaboration with Cardi's Furniture.
Yeah.
They're a Northeast furniture company, but I did their holiday commercials. So every Christmas, people are like, Grace, I'm hearing Jingle Bells again.
Right.
But I'm the Cardi's girl.
You are the Cardi's girl, and there may have been some band drama.
Yeah, girl.
So I don't even know this story. You know that, right?
Yeah, and
you've never told me this story. So I'm hearing it for the first time. So
I don't know how interesting. So maybe stay on screen and you can help me.
I will.
Help me spruce it up, because I've never talked about this.
I know.
Really. So I always played music. I did that tour. It's something I always did. But I felt like I was always lacking in self-confidence, which I think gets people into problems, doesn't it? It always gets us into bad relationships.
Right.
Have confidence in yourself. So I just felt like I needed a band. I'm like, I can't do this by myself. And so while I was working at a Renaissance fair, and I met some other musicians there, and we formed a band we called Grace and the RSO. And we started to do pretty well, and you know, it gets a little bit into what I think a lot of bands experience, because a band is like a marriage, but between however many people are in the band. And when you've got like a regular marriage is hard. A 5-person marriage, good heavens. And it was one of those things
And
where,
musicians.
Like, I know, and egos.
Big,
and,
yeah.
And
yeah.
I think the straw that broke the camel's back for me was that I was writing the songs and bringing them to the band, and then we would arrange them as a band. And so to me, I wrote those songs. And when we were getting ready to release our second album, they said, "You didn't write those songs, we all did." And I was just like, no, you didn't, I did. I wrote those songs, and I can tell you where I wrote them. I remember what I was looking at when I wrote them. And that was that, and they threatened to take me to court. And I said, okay, good luck. They haven't yet.
So you're solo.
And and as hard as that was, I think it was a very important thing for me to experience, to learn that I can do this by myself. Because any time in my life that I've thought that I needed someone else to do something, it always ends poorly. and so it's liberating now, because like I can do it myself.
Because you're Grace Morrison.
Wrote those songs.
You're Grace Morrison.
That's right.
Let's talk about songwriting.
Let's do it.
You have a famous co-writer that you wrote a song called "Just Loving You."
Yes.
And can you tell us who that was?
Yeah,
It's a really cool story.
I wrote that song with Lori McKenna. And
Wow.
if the name itself doesn't,
I know.
if you go, I know who that is, shame on you. No, but her biggest hit was it was called "Humble and Kind," and Tim McGraw recorded that. A lot of people know that song. She also wrote "Cry Pretty," the Carrie Underwood song. She wrote "Girl Crush," that Little Big Town recorded. She's a force.
Sure, yeah.
Not even to speak about her own solo career. And so there's this woman, Betsy Siggins. I should totally tag her in this leader. But we call her like the grandmother of folk music around here, because her college roommate was Joan Baez.
Right.
She's pals with Bob Dylan. No big
Sure.
deal. But she's just a really cool lady, and she had heard my music and wrote Lori McKenna an email on my behalf and said, check out Grace Morrison. And she did, and then Lori said, come write with me. And so I got to go hang out in her basement for a day.
So do you think we could hear that song?
Yeah.
Like
yes,
now?
I do, yeah. Let me...
Yeah?
Do you want to know about it? Like what it's about? Is that...
Yeah.
This is like a behind the song thing too?
Sure, let's do it. We can do whatever we want.
So I had in my mind that if I'm going to write with Lori McKenna, I've got to be cool and like have something really poignant to write about. I was 8 months pregnant at the time. And I thought to myself, like, that's the easy thing to write about. Every songwriter's going to write about their baby. That's what they're going to do. So I went in and she said, so what's going on? I said, I will write about anything except my baby. Like, that just seems too obvious. And we just talked about life for a couple more hours. And eventually she's like, yeah, we're just going to write about your baby. So we did.
I love it.
And really what it was, we have a blended family. My husband has 3 teenage girls. And as you can imagine, having a new stepmom come into the picture is hard, right? And everyone processes that differently. And one of the girls in particular really struggled with that and with the new baby. So this is a song that we wrote for her.
I can't wait. Let's do it.
I don't play it too often, so I'm getting my lyrics ready.
Okay. I'm gonna. I'll let Henry know that we need to switch the screen.
I don't know if I can sing in front of Henry.
I know. We'll introduce Henry later.
Okay.
Henry is our producer. Okay. All right. Here we go. There we go.
He's not carrying a big bag. He won't have much to say. He might not look just like you, but he's yours anyway. He might be carrying a band-aid, a cure, or a dream come true. But he's coming into this world just loving you. Won't have change in his pocket, no debts to pay. He won't change the station. He'll like any song you play. He won't be mad at your mother or your dad. He won't know how love can be cruel. But he's coming into this world just loving you. If love were a simple thing, we wouldn't have to think twice. If hearts were protected, we wouldn't have to hide. Others have let you down. We all know it's true. But he's coming into this world just loving you. So put down your baggage and give yourself time. He's looking toward you, no fear in his eyes. He doesn't know why you cry or you're hurt, or why anyone would want solitude. No, he's coming into this world just loving you. Love ain't no simple thing. We all have to think twice. Hearts made of paper wear out in time. Cradles and blankets are all out in full view. And he's coming into this world just loving you. He's coming into this world just loving you.
That was gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you. We made a little video for it, but I can't watch it because my baby was tiny and it makes me weep.
Oh gosh, it's a beautiful song. What
Thank
was
you.
that experience like writing with her?
Otherworldly. I mean, she is the definition of a songwriter. Like, she's as big as it gets, really. And so to be in a room with her, like in her house, just hanging out with her, not only makes that level of success seem attainable,
Yeah.
but you realize that she's, she's just an amazing person. She's down to earth. There's no ego. Don't you love it when you meet somebody like that and there's no ego?
Yeah.
Even when they've earned the ego,
Yeah.
But the thing about it, I had never really co-written. I co-wrote one other song before that with my husband, but I had never co-written with another artist. And not to say my husband isn't an artist, but it changes your perspective of what writing is, because, you do it your way, and then you've got to kind of morph into, the way they write too. So it changed my process.
Well, actually, that's a perfect segue into my next question, because I was wondering, like, what is the process of songwriting? What does Grace Morrison do when it's time to write a song?
It's such a variable thing. So for a very long time, what it was for me was I would just feel that I had to write a song, which, based on your conversation with Reese last week, I'm sure you understand. I just could feel when there was one there.
Yes.
And I would just wait until that occurred and then write at that time. When I start, and my writing was a lot of just, using words to paint pictures, but not necessarily focusing on the story of it. And so writing with Lori made me a bit more focused on having a clearer message with the story, and thinking about the character of your song and writing a song that doesn't necessarily need an explanation to it. And then the other thing that has changed for me recently is that because I have a toddler, I can't wait for that creative window to open. I can't wait till I feel the song. I have to write when I have been presented with 15 minutes of free time to write in. And also, Lori and I had talked about that because I had just heard another songwriter say, you just got to wait for the creative window to open. And I mentioned that to her, and she was like, yeah, that's bullshit. Like, writing is a job. And for her and for many writers, it's a 9-to-5 job. They go in and have to write a song. And so that's been my reality lately.
And also, you had mentioned to me that you were actually thinking about starting a business of songwriting, which I think is a fabulous idea. Can you talk to us a little bit about your concept?
Yeah. So I've been commissioned in the past to write songs. Like I've written songs for people's weddings and funerals and memorials and anniversaries. But I've always only kind of done them as one-offs. I did it as a fundraiser once, and I thought, but people have stories that they want to tell, and I feel so lucky that I can write my own. But not only do I love helping other people tell their story, I think it's super cathartic for people and exciting to have a song that's their song, and so that's what I want to do.
And you actually recently did this for a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Who I know is watching.
Is she?
Yeah. She's on here.
I'm a big fan of hers. Oh, there's I didn't see all these comments.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, hi, everybody.
I know, right?
And my girl Shanti is here. I have some stuff for her.
I think, yeah, you do. Well, I guess Henry didn't tell you that they were here.
Henry?
She want me to try to bring in Henry really fast.
Would
okay.
you?
Yeah, hold on. Let me bring in Henry. Okay. Henry's our producer.
I can't believe this is my square.
And Henry's our producer, and we'll just leave Henry up. How about that?
Would you? And
I took down my V Media logo. I don't even have V Media up. This is V Media, folks. I have Grace Morrison, I have V-Talks, and our producer Henry.
And Henry's also a black belt in karate. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Yeah. So Grace has a little crush on our producer, and our producer is shy and won't come to the table. So we put a picture of him. Those of you who know Henry think this is funny. If you don't know the story, you just think we're weird. But anyway, are you near your piano?
Well, yes, I am.
That was fast. Because we were getting back to the question, or the what were we talking about? Topic.
Yeah.
Songwriting, that thing. We were talking about how you are writing songs for people, and you were inspired by a friend of ours, Carrie Hayes, to write this next song, which is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's a wonderful song. I want you to play it so everyone can hear it. And yeah. Carrie, I don't know if you're still here. If you are, shout out. Your song is now live.
So this song came, I hadn't set out to write this song, but we were working out with Carrie, and she was talking about like dipping her toes into the dating pool after many years of not. And she what did she say? She said, I have no game.
Yeah, she has no game. She's got fitness game.
Which I would just like to say is
Right.
bologna and cheese. If anybody's
Seriously.
got game, come on.
Seriously. I know. But
No.
we'll let her go on that.
Know thyself, Carrie. You're a baby.
I know. She is a babe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Total
Okay,
babe.
so Carrie's song.
Carrie's song. All right, you get the full screen. I'm going to try to interact with our audience
Okay.
while you're playing.
Walking tight ropes and leaving cute notes has never been my strength. It's been a long time. Each day I find my sea legs. I guess I'll have a drink or two. Look up, look down, what do I do? Fumbling in, I guess we begin. Should I tell you my name? This is the truth. It's nice meeting you, but I've got no game. Is that a grin? 'Cause my only sin is fumbling in. Being patient, does he like me? Thoughts of the morning, keeping my cool like I'm a goddess. I hope he can see that. I guess I'll have a drink or two. Look up, look down, what do I do? Fumbling in, I guess we begin. Should I tell you my name? This is the truth. It's nice meeting you, but I've got no game. Is that a grin? 'Cause my only sin is fumbling in. It would be easy to hold my heart in, but time is so fleeting, and sometimes you begin again. Fumbling in, I guess we begin. Should I tell you my name? This is the truth. It's nice meeting you, but I've got no game. Is that a grin? 'Cause my only sin is fumbling in.
That is amazing.
And Henry was there the whole time.
I know, Henry. I'm leaving Henry up for you, my dear.
I love it. It makes
So, one of the things that Grace and I do every week, as we mentioned earlier, is we have a show that we do on Wednesdays called Where's Grace? It's every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, and we are at a different business every week, and we play trivia. So we ask trivia questions, and then you can win prizes. So we thought, since we usually do this every week, we ought to do it again tonight. Yeah, so we have a trivia question. Do you want me to ask the trivia question? Do you want to ask it?
Whatever you think is right.
How
What does the
about-
producer think?
I don't know. Henry?
Which way do I look?
Henry?
Oh, Henry.
Yeah. Henry, what does Henry want to do? Okay, so, well, we're going to talk about how the trivia question relates.
I mean, it's very personal
To-
for me. It's close,
Yeah,
to,
so
close
let's
to my heart.
Right. So let's start with that. So we'll talk about, I think I messed that up. So let's back up. It's okay. It's fine because it's just a conversation. This isn't really an interview. It's just a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't remember what year this was, so I don't have that written down, but what year was it that you did the America video?
Ooh, I would have to go look too. I think that was 2015.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yep. So you wrote a song called America,
I did.
and you actually did the video at your favorite place in the world.
I did.
And what was that?
Plymouth Plantation, which is changing its name. Did you know that?
No.
That's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother show. I don't think that show is even going to be on V Media. That's not going to be on V Talks. That's way beyond.
Okay. So I don't know if this is like interesting to people, but I'm such a dork, and I don't know if you know this about me, Veronica, but when I was a kid and I played by myself most of the time, and my playtime was me imagining that I lived in the 17th century. Like I just wanted to be a pilgrim.
Maybe you were. Maybe
life.
that was in another life.
Well, girl, it's in my DNA. I did my ancestry, and I am descended from like all of them.
Yes.
Ah,
That's part of the trivia question.
I love me a pilgrim.
Yeah, and Henry. It's
different. It's a different kind of love.
All right, Henry, we'll put a little hat on you. Anyway, so yes, so you had the video, you produced the video, and you filmed it there.
I did, and you know, it's one of those things. I was reminded of this today. You don't get what you don't ask for.
Okay.
Right? In life, and it's can be scary sometimes to ask for things that you don't think you'll get. And for whatever reason with that America video, I just randomly reached out to Plymouth Plantation.
Yeah.
And I was stunned that they responded to me and said yes.
It's a great video.
It was just magical.
And you're actually gonna perform that song for us, right?
Yeah.
Because I love it. And to see the video, please go to gracemorrison.com or to your YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
And check out the video because it's really well done. And I feel like this song is exactly what we need to hear right now.
I'm glad.
I think it's yeah. All right, I'm gonna give you the floor.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna do it on piano because I don't often do that.
All right, let's do it. Do you need a minute? Let me know.
Oh,
Henry,
no.
hold on, Henry.
It's nice when you can see the keys, I think, right?
Yeah, Henry,
Like
hold
my
on.
Cat
Hold on.
metronome.
Henry's getting ready to switch over. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
It's much harder where I shiver, drinking water from the river. It's a gold rush, it's the harsh touch of America. I see her standing, oh so boldly. Take more time out, is what she told me. My back is breaking, well she is raking in America. But how can I live it up when I can't even fill my cup? Praying's all I can do. 'Cause they don't see these sturdy feet walking miles just to meet the end. Is it coming soon? So take your hand 'cause it's much harder where I shiver, drinking water from the river. It's a gold rush, it's the harsh touch of America.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
It is. I know people are clapping. They are. They're watching.
Okay, Cooney, thank you.
I know. I just saw Kate Cooney on here. Yeah.
Can
that
I?
was you.
I
Yeah.
just remembered something that I found the other day that I haven't shown anybody. I'm gonna go grab something that might be cool.
Okay. Okay, everybody. Grace Morrison just left the building. So, hope you're enjoying the show so far. We are with singer-songwriter and national touring artist Grace Morrison, and we are just having a conversation. And Grace is back.
I
You like that, huh?
did. That was great.
That's pretty good.
I found my first songwriting notebook.
Stop it.
Which I labeled just in case for posterity, you know, in case. And I even gave it an introduction.
Oh my goodness.
This collection of songs are all of the songs written in my first year of writing. It's so dorky.
I know, but how old are you? 5?
I was 12.
Yeah, right? That's pretty cool, right?
It's ridiculous. And I used to take surveys of people to see which of my awful songs were their favorite songs, and I would collect the data.
I love it.
I thought I would read you my very first lyric.
Okay, let's do it. Oh my goodness. Do I need to take Henry off the screen?
Because it's embarrassing. It's not, I guess it's not that bad for a 12-year-old. It's just sitting around. I can
You know,
see
next
that-
next time you're on here, I'm gonna bedazzle Henry.
Oh. Do you know my philosophy in life is
What
like,
is that?
someone's bound to know Billy Zabka. And
I
feel
don't
like
know.
Somebody does. And what is it? You're only ever 5 people away from Kevin Bacon. Is that thing?
Right. So if you keep him up there,
I just think we need to keep talking about him.
we will. All right. All right. So let's hear your very first song.
I'm just going to
Birds.
dramatically read you a line.
All right. Let's do it.
Just sitting around, I can see the sparks flying. I don't think you have to keep trying. I can already see we'll be together forever. Oh, no, excuse me. I can already see we'll be together for a while, if not forever. That's the first verse.
That's beautiful.
Right? This is good.
For 12? I
For
think that's
12?
rocking. So we never did the trivia question, which
Oh,
we
right.
we kind of missed. We just skipped that step. I was telling a story and then we kind of got off track.
I got
So I was
excited
telling-
about my notebook.
I know we were telling a story and then we sang America. But what's that?
It's a cranberry and vodka.
Oh. All right.
But it's not just any vodka. It's whipped vodka.
Oh, nice.
So it's got a little bit of a vanilla, overtone.
Yeah, well, it's Tuesday night after dinner. Yes, so as I was saying before, Grace and I, every week, we do a Where's Grace segment. And we have like a online concert. It's a Facebook takeover. We take over a business Facebook page. And then we have trivia and we give away prizes. So we decided to do a trivia question tonight, it's because it's just what we do. It's our thing. And I am going to...
What's the prize?
Well, hold on.
Boom.
Boom. It's a little shiny. Why is that?
Because of the shrink wrap.
Is that it? Oh, there. That's a really nice shot, Grace.
And that's even my handwriting.
Henry's paying attention.
Ooh, hey.
Okay, so this is... This is Grace's CD, her newest CD, Reasons. And if the first person to answer this trivia question correctly through the comment section will win a CD or a download. That is your choice. So the question is, and this relates to her song America and the video that was filmed at Plymouth Plantation. So the question is, name the first governor of Plymouth Plantation. And yeah, and I think we were supposed to say this and then play the song, and by the time the song was ready.
That's right.
So we're just gonna kind of leave that up there.
But like, who can remember things when Henry's around?
I think we just, so that's what happens, because we just started chatting and you guys are listening to it. But anyway, so if you can answer that question, you will win a copy of her CD. And on that note, as she's drinking vodka cranberry, I know that you have a project in the works right now, and I know you'd love to talk about it, and I'm really excited about it. So,
yeah, I'm recording a new EP.
So exciting. So, can you tell us what an EP is?
Well, it stands for extended play, and then you have an LP, which is a longer play. So an EP is just a shorter collection of songs. There's not as many songs on it.
Okay, so in an LP, how many songs do you have?
I think that would be like in the 10 plus songs range, and an EP tends to be 5 or 6.
Okay, and that was a legitimate question. I don't think I don't think all people know that.
No, I actually had to Google to make sure that I had it right when I told my producer that I wanted to make an EP.
And then we have, on that note, you actually, your producer has some nice credentials as well. I think you should talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a story about how you met him, right?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily how I met him, but so my first ever concert was Alanis Morissette and Tori Amos. And they were at, I think it was the Tweeter Center. I don't know what it's called now. Not Foxwoods. You know where I mean, in Mansfield.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went to that concert, and it was right after I had started writing my own songs, and I said to my mom, someday I'm going to play with those people. Not knowing that my producer was on the stage that night. He was the bass player for Tori Amos for many years. He's played on her albums. But he also, he's played with everybody, Veronica. He played with, who is the lead singer of Soundgarden? Chris Cornell? He played with him on, Cher. He's played with Cher. I'm pretty sure he's played with Elton John. Paula Cole, do you remember her?
I
Where
do.
have those cowboys gone? He's played with all those people, and I get to record with him.
That's really exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. And talk about, like I was mentioning with Laura McKenna, there was no ego. He's just a cool guy. You don't feel like you're in a room with somebody like that.
So one of the things that we've been experiencing this year is that our plans have changed. And you've had to really change how you do business right now, right? Because we had a tour plan.
Yeah.
And who was that tour with this summer? The big tour. I know you had a lot of concert dates, but you had a big tour this summer that you had to cancel.
Yeah. So we did the first piece of the tour, drove from here to New Mexico and back, and completed that. And I was supposed to have a week or 2 off, and then go on tour with Sean Mullins.
And who is Sean Mullins? Go.
You need us.
I know, I had.
Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye. Rockabye.
I love that. I think you do it better.
But the verses are like, he has this really sexy husky voice. She grew up with the children of the stars. Just I can't do that part.
Oh, come on, give it a try. Let's do it. You were just.
I don't know all the words. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She grew up with the children of the stars in the Hollywood Hills and the Boulevard.
That was awesome. So you're still doing a tour.
I am.
You're doing a world tour.
Can we just talk about for a second though how freaking heartbreaking that was? tour was supposed to start March 17th, the day everything went up in flames.
I know.
And it's just like, you know, I think the big lesson of this year is learning how to stay positive.
I know.
When something like that happens. So that's when I decided to create my virtual world tour.
And can you tell us about your virtual world tour?
Yes. So every Monday night on my Facebook page and on the page of my other artist, I'm doing an in the round live stream concert. And these are artists from all over the place. And we just kind of like this, we chit chat and we go back and forth singing songs. And it's been really wonderful, not only to connect with new audience members and fans, but to actually hear the other artists, because in our normal lives, when we're all touring, we don't get to hear each other play. So that is an upside of it. And what really got me to do this, though, is that I had a meeting with a bunch of artists, and one of the girls said, you know, we're all focusing on what we can't do. Why aren't we thinking about what we can do? Right. And so that's kind of what made me decide to do that.
Yeah, no, I'm really proud of you, and really everyone in the music community, because this has really changed things a lot.
Well, you know, I think,
and you know, people have really had to think out of the box to keep their music front and center, you know?
Yeah, and fortunately we're creative people, so
yeah.
You know, reworking things is kind of the name of the game. But I think the thing that's hard is that the entertainment industry is the bottom of the totem pole when we're talking about importance of reopening things.
I know.
And our industry has been really, it just doesn't exist right now. And so, you know, I think for most of us, it's hard to even keep smiling when this career you've built there's no, you know, it just doesn't exist. And we're like the smallest of businesses. You know, every week we do our live stream to try to support small businesses. And I try to help people recognize that independent artists like myself are the smallest businesses, and we really, really need you.
Yes, absolutely. And if somebody wants to see your world tour, how do they do that?
They just got to like my Facebook page, and then they'll see it.
And what is your Facebook page?
I believe it is Grace Morrison Music.
Grace Morrison Music. And before we sign off, I do want to say
we're signing off. I'm having so much fun.
No, we can keep going. I got nothing. I need to make myself a cocktail if we're going to keep going with this, though. I have no problem with that. We have two winners, I believe. Carrie and Melissa, that got the answer to the trivia question of William Bradford.
Yes.
And who is William Bradford to you?
My 16th great-grandfather.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a statue. I've seen him.
So cool. I never felt more American than the day that I learned that.
Yeah, that's a great story. And it all comes full circle, because you made your video on Plymouth Plantation.
I did, and there's one of the scenes I walk by the site of where his actual house was.
And did you know this at the time?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and
that's
cool.
Yeah.
Can I just give a shout out to Shanti, because Shanti got that question correct also, but she's already getting that CD. I have a whole collection. She's getting the swag bag.
And a COVID hug.
Yes.
Are you autographing them?
I will.
Yeah, I bet they would like an autograph.
I would be happy to do that.
That's really awesome. So, my dear.
I wanted to say one more thing. And I meant to tie it in with the last segment, because every interview I've given during this quarantine, I always preface it with something that you said to me. Because, when one of our first meetings, you said to me that you wanted to understand my business, and you said, okay, so how do you make money?
My God.
It's just the funniest question, because that would be so reasonable. It's a reasonable question to ask.
Right? Wasn't it? Like, how do you make money?
I used to know that I kind of made money from playing live shows and a little bit from selling CDs. The answer now is I haven't got a bloody clue.
Well, no, you have you are going to solicit your Patreon
Yeah. So yes. So, right on. So that's where that ties in. So I have a Patreon page, which I'm really trying to get people to join in with. Essentially, you think of it like a subscription service for your favorite creative person, and many different types of creative people are on Patreon. And we set up different tiers. So, for example, for $3 a month, what you get from me is you get to hear a brand new song every week that nobody's ever heard before. And then they go up from there, and with a variety of other things. Like what I've been doing with my patrons is kind of like letting them give me song prompts and then writing them a song. So I'm kind of like doing my songwriting thing for them too. But it's a way that you can support your favorite artists and become really involved in their process and just like be part of the team.
And we can be a Patreon by going to your Facebook page, gracemorrison.com.
Yes, gracemorrison.com has links to all of my socials.
And also all of your music.
Yes, ma'am.
I know. It's wonderful. Grace.
Thank you.
This has been wonderful. Thank you for being a guest on V Talks.
And I just want to publicly say that, getting through this year has been challenging for everybody, but like you and Carrie Hayes are two people that have like pulled me out of my hermit hole. So I'm like tearing up, but I am so grateful for you girls, and the world needs more of you.
We love you.
Well, I love you girls.
And you are the 5 people that you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
So choose wisely. Right?
I choose you, Carrie and Henry.
I know. Like if you want to be in a positive environment and you want to grow your business, you have to think about the people that you surround yourself with. And I feel like we're cohesive in that way. Yeah. We are all trying to be better. We are all trying to do good and help each other and help women.
Yes.
And that's my goal.
And you do it every day.
I try.
Thank you.
I love you, honey. Thank you
Love you
so
too.
much for being here. And
if anybody knows Billy Zabka, you just send him our way.
Yeah. Do we want to disclose who the producer is?
My husband's looking at me around the corner.
He's like, "What kind of interview is this?" It's not an interview.
It's not an interview. We're just chit-chatting.
It's just a conversation
about Billy Zabka, the bad guy from the Karate Kid.
It's just a conversation. That's my tagline. He can come in and say hello.
You want to come in and say hello?
Yeah, it's fine. It's my show. You can come on in.
Right? He's retreated.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Totally. V Talks is just a conversation. Takes the pressure off.
I like that.
It takes the pressure off.
Totally. I felt zero pressure.
There's not. No, you're drinking vodka. I think you're right though. You said I need a martini every night,
And it can be a different interesting martini. It's the
All right, because this is going to be an every Tuesday night thing now, so
I love it. Oh, thank you, Shanti.
All right. Again, love you to pieces. Thank you for being on the show, and I'll probably see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm free.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be back next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And we have a very exciting guest next week as well. My dear friend, Kira Oliver, and I will have more information on her, but she is an entrepreneur and author of the book 8 Ways to Being. And she will be with us next week. So anyway, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.